Let's come onto our mats, into our easy pose. So before you start your practice, make sure that you have the props that you need. You might need your blocks or a low stool or a chair for balance. You remember, if you're near the wall, you can always use the wall for balance. So have nearby what you need, or go near a wall, your choice. Have a blanket to pad your knees if we're doing any floor work. Otherwise, I don't think we need anything else. So let's come into easy pose, Sukhasana, legs crossed. Ground down through your sit bones. Remember, you can use your blanket or your, I always use a flat block to sit and lift my spine slightly. So you'll notice that when I take my block away, I feel like I'm sinking down into my hips. Whereas when I'm sitting with my, just at my tailbone end, it lifts me a little bit, and it's more sustainable to sit in this pose. And so this pose you adopt for meditation. Meditation can go on for an hour or longer if you're very good. It could be 10 minutes, it could be an hour, but however long that period of meditation is, you want to be in easy pose, Sukhasana, your steady, comfortable seat. Lengthen through your spine. Inhale, lift your shoulders up towards your ears and then roll them down and away. Let's do that twice more. So let's ease, open our shoulders. And now let's go forwards, just to help us settle into our body. And maybe you turn your head gently from one side to the other. And then lift your crown. Bring your thumb and index to touch in Gyan Mudra. This is the seal of wisdom. It is also connects us to the air element, Vayu. So remember, each finger represents different elements. So your thumb represents fire, air with your index, ether with your middle finger, water with your ring finger, and earth with your little finger. I am all over the place this morning. I have got a bit of a migraine, so bear with me if I keep tripping over my words. Take a full breath in, full breath out through open mouth to wash out the air. Eyes can be gently closed or gazing down towards the earth. Taking a few moments here. Just noticing your breath. Inhaling, let's bring our palms together at our heart center in Namaskar, Anjali Mudra. We're to open our practice by chanting Om 3 times. Attach meaning to each Om. Could be to represent the past, present, future, yourself, your family, your community. Each Om also represents each of the 3 deities that are responsible for creation, sustaining, and dissolving. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale to prepare. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Allow the sounds to wash over you. Namaste and welcome. So we're working with Vayu air element, which is all concentrated in our upper body. It's also connected to our heart chakra, Anahata chakra. So the energy that we're trying to cultivate and seeking to guide us through our practice today is the sense of lightness, of expansiveness, uplifting, It brings joy and compassion and love to the heart space. So it's a very, it sort of develops positivity. So if you're feeling a little flat or a bit low mood now after 5 weeks of lockdown here in the UK, we all need a little boost, a little bit of uplift. Perhaps there's a glimmer of hope that things are improving here in the UK, at least for the moment. So we want to cultivate that sense of optimism and hope using the air element. So we're working a lot on our upper body through our practice today. Let's start by using our breath. So today I'm going to introduce to you Bhastrika Pranayam, which is bellow breath. And that really is like pumping the lungs open and out. So it's like filling and emptying out the lungs like you would with a pump. So Bhastrika breath. So we're going to start by having our elbows tucked into our rib cage and curl our fingers in. So our thumbs are on the outside. So creating a little fist here, elbows tucked in. As we inhale, we reach up and open our fingers. As we exhale, we fold in our hands and bring our elbows into our ribs again. So movement and breath is synchronized. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And we're going to go quite fast. This is an active inhale and exhale. So I'm going to make quite loud breathing notes so that it's like a pumping sound, so you will hear it. So make sure that you can hear your breath as you go. Inhaling, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. Inhaling up, exhaling down, moving with your breath, rising up with your arms as you inhale, down as you exhale. 3, 2, 1. Now let's hold our arms up, hold the breath in. Hold the breath in until you can hold it in no longer, and then slowly exhaling, arms back down to your ribs. Let's take a normal breath here with your normal pattern. So you should feel a little energized, perhaps a little lightheaded. Take 3 full breaths here to return to your natural straight state of breathing. In through your nose, perhaps out through your mouth or out through your nose, whatever helps to steady your breath. We're going to do that one more time. So let's prepare, take a full breath in, full breath out, tucking your elbows to your ribs, curling your fingers, thumbs on the outside. Relax your shoulders here for the moment. And inhaling together to reach up. Exhale into your ribs. Inhale to reach up, exhale into your ribs. Three more here. And on the last one, holding your breath in. Hold the breath in until you have no more capacity to hold it. And then exhale slowly. Release your hands. Take a moment here. Let's place your fingertips on either side of you on the earth. Inhale, reach up and over with your left arm. Gaze down towards the earth or up towards the sky. For today, I'm going to gaze up to bring a sense of uplifting, expansion, gazing up to the sky. Inhale through center, look up and over. So bringing your right arm across, gazing up or directly ahead towards me. If it's too much to gaze up, Back through center, up and over to the other side. Really reach through that extended arm that's up in the air, as if you're reaching through your fingertips. So you're creating space on the left side of your body. Inhale through center. One more time. And then let's reach up with our hands. We're going to come into a little twist. So reaching up, perhaps you gaze up. And as you exhale, let's turn over to the right. Your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Gaze over your right shoulder. To really create height, length here. As you breathe in, you're lengthening. As you breathe out, you're turning deeper into your twist. One more breath here. Inhale through center, reach up, create height and length. Perhaps you gaze up. Exhale over to the other side. So we're now our right hand on the outside of our left knee. Gaze over your right shoulder. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to turn deeper. And then back to center. Now let's take our hands and reach and place our fingertips on the earth behind us. Now draw your shoulder blades together as if you're placing a pencil between your shoulder blades. So walk your hands towards each other behind your back. So I'll just turn so you can see me. And open your heart to the front of the room. So open across your heart. Lift your chin slightly. Make sure you still have plenty of room at the back of your neck. So you're not cricking the back of your neck. One breath here. And now with care, we're going to walk our hands round to the front and walk them away from our body so that we can bow forward here, opening up the back of our lungs this time. So you're perhaps still on your fingertips. So you're creating lift underneath your armpits. Crown is reaching forward. You can gently keep walking your fingertips forward. Maintain a connection between your seat and the earth. Breathe into the back of your heart space here. One more breath. And then with care, walk your hands back towards your body as you rise up. We're going to swing our legs round. And we're going to come into table pose on our mat. My microphone runs away from me. So shoulders, elbows, hands aligned, fingers spread wide, knees underneath your hips, neutral spine, crown reaching forward, tailbone reaching back. Hug your navel in towards your spine. Let's take a moment here before we lift our tailbone, dip our lower back, shine our heart, cat. Really shine your heart forward. And then as you exhale, round from your tailbone all the way through your spine, tucking your chin. Inhaling cat. Exhaling cow. And let's move a little bit faster than we normally do because we're trying to invite in some active energy. So our prana or energy is uplifting today. It's energizing, activating, so that we feel more vital. And let's do one more. And then back to neutral spine. Bring your left hand to the middle of your mat underneath your heart space and reach up with your right fingertips to the sky. Open across your heart. Exhale, thread your right arm behind your left. Bring your right ear and shoulder to the mat. Now you can walk your left fingertips forward and have your fingertips on the earth. Breathe into your side body here. I'm going to rearrange myself a little bit. Get my hair out of my face. Breathing into your side body so your left side is extended here. Your left hand is cupped on the earth. One more breath here. Let's lift our left fingertips to the sky, if that feels comfortable and sustainable for you. Or you leave them on the earth, yogi's choice. So you're going to be up here, spread those fingers wide if they're reaching up towards the sky. And then let's lower our left hand to the earth. Unwrap our right arm from underneath our left arm and bring both of our elbows onto the earth. Forearms are on the earth, elbows are on the earth. Your shoulders are above your elbows for the moment. But we're going to walk our elbows forward. We're going to come into Anahata, melting heart. So only creep your elbows as far forward as feels comfortable here. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable, you do have the option of keeping your elbows underneath your shoulders so that it's less intense of a back bend. So elbows under shoulders, less intense, elbows away from shoulders, more intense. You can bring your eyebrows center to rest on the earth or have it hovering above the earth. Yogi's choice here. This is a deep heart opener. We're opening up the back of our heart space here. Notice how your breath changes. Notice how there's more space for your lungs. Connect with your deep, long breaths here. Not here for long in Anahatasana, melting heart. Now moving out of this pose with great care. Inhale, lift your eyebrow centers on the earth. And then walk your elbows back ever so slowly back underneath your shoulders. And then come up onto your hands. And then perhaps you sway your body from left to right because this is going to feel quite intense underneath along your arms, especially your upper arms. Let's bring our right hand to the middle of the mat underneath our heart space. Inhale, left fingertips to the sky. Open across your heart here. Perhaps you take your gaze up. Exhaling, thread your left hand behind your right. Bring your left ear and shoulder either to the mat or onto your blanket or a cushion. Walk that right hand forward. Cup your fingers, cup your palms so that your fingers are connected to the earth. So you are active through your right arm. Keep reaching with your left arm as if you're trying to grasp something beyond your reach. This creates a deep, intense twist as well as a stretch. Threading the needle, or Parivrita Majriyasana as it's sometimes called. One more full breath here. Now you can leave your right fingertips on the earth or inhale right fingertips to the sky. Palms open, fingers spread wide. Full breath here. And then exhale, right hand to the earth. Inhale, lift your left fingertips. Let's come back into table, neutral spine here. Now from here, we're going to move into a shoulder opener called angel wings. So it's a bit tricky and I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're going to come onto our abdomen. And I'm going to start with my left arm extended. So extend your left arm away from your body, long. I'm going to roll onto my left hip, have my knees bent on the earth, and my right hand is supporting me in front of my chest as if I'm creating a pillow. So my right elbow is bent, and I'm going to turn around so you can see how that will look from the front. So this is how I look from the front. So my knees are bent, my right palm is connected to the earth, my left arm is reaching behind me. I'm lying on my side. Now this is a very intense shoulder opening. It's called angel wing. See how you feel here. If it feels really intense, you can always walk your hand up above your head. So the more of that, less acute that angle of your arm from your head, the less intense it is on your shoulder. If it's at a 90-degree angle, it's more intense. So find the variation that works for you. Now you can stay here with your knees bent, or you can begin to extend this pose by extending your legs long and rolling more onto your hip. This right hand can reach the back of your lower back. So I'm placing the back of my right hand on my lower back here. And I'm drawing this right elbow towards my left. So that's more intense. So you're going to be in one of two variations. You can stay here with your knees crossed, knees bent, or legs extended. One more breath here in angel wing. And then let's roll over onto our front. Fold in that left elbow, left arm. Let's just lie on our abdomen for a moment, both arms at an angle above our head here. Then we're going to turn over onto the other side. So we're going to extend out long with our right arm. So remember, your right arm can be right over. So your right arm can be at a less acute angle or at a more acute angle or extended right out. Roll onto our right hip, bend into your knees. So you're here on your right hip, left palm planted on the earth in front of your heart space. This is variation 1. This is enough. Stay here or extend your legs long. Then perhaps you reach behind with your left arm. We won't be here long in angel wings. One more breath. You're in one of two variations with your knees bent or your legs extended. And then with care, we're going to roll gently onto our abdomen. Have your hands next to your shoulders, fingers spread wide. We're going to rise up into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Tuck your elbows in, press into your big toes. Inhale, lift your gaze, lift your heart. So it can be high up in Cobra here. Keep those elbows tucked in. One breath there. Exhale to lower. Twice more, moving with our breath. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Take a moment here. We're going to come into our back bend. So bow pose. We did this the other day. Let's start off by warming up through locust, Shalabhasana. So take your arms alongside your body, palms face down. Now, let's start with our legs first. So lift your right leg off the earth. And then lower. Keep pressing into your hips and pelvis. Inhale, left leg rises. And then lower. Let's do our arms. So right arm and left arm rise together. So you're creating airplane arms. I'm resting with my eyebrow center on the earth. You can have a blanket underneath your eyebrow center. Exhale, lower your arms. Now we're going to lift all 4 limbs at the same time. If that feels too intense, you can lift one leg at a time instead. Inhaling, lift all 4 limbs. Keep your eyebrow center connected with the earth for the moment. Reach out through your arms and your legs. One more breath here. Exhale, lower. This time we're going to bring in our head. So we're going to rise up with our head. Inhale fully and lift off the earth. Draw your shoulder blades together. Shine your heart forward. Eyes parallel to the horizon here. You'll rock gently with your in and out breath. Keep reaching through your fingers and toes. One more here and then lower to the earth. Let's bring your hands underneath your eyebrow center and rest it on the backs of your hands. Hands across, elbows out to the side of your mat. Let's take a honeybee breath here. Honeybee breath is that buzzing breath. So you're going to inhale through your nose, out through closed lips, making a buzz. Inhale together. Brahmi breath out. One more. Inhale together. Brahmi breath out. And the third one. Inhale together. Exhale Brahmi. Return to your natural breath. Lift your gaze, hands underneath your shoulders. Push back into table, coming straight up into mountain here, tucking your toes, lifting your tailbone. Let's pedal through our legs. So check your alignment here. Hands can be as wide as your mat. Have your fingers spread wide, press into your knuckles and the finger pads. Your ears are between your biceps. Your inside of your elbows, the eyes of your elbows are facing forward. Your neck is relaxed and loose here, so shake your head. Your tailbone is reaching up into the sky behind you. And then let's take a moment of stillness here, not for long, just for a moment in mountain. And then let's look up to the top of your mat here. So you can either leap forward or you can take slow steps to the top of your mountain and come to the top of your mat here in a forward fold. Relax your head, your shoulders. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see me. You stay where you are at the top of your mat. Let's take your fingers and either take them to the back of your calves, back of your ankles, or wrap them around your big toes. So you take your index and middle finger and wrap it around your big toes. Those are called our peace fingers. Thumbs are on top of your big toes. Draw your elbows out to the side wherever your hands are. So draw your elbows out to the sides. You're really hugging in your upper body down towards your thighs here. Crown is reaching towards the earth, tailbone reaching up. Take a full breath here. So you're either hugging the back of your calves, hands around the back of your ankles, or your peace fingers wrapped around your big toes. You can have a deep bend in your knees here. So let's not lock out our knees. We want to maintain softness in our knees. When we do that, we then engage our muscles. One more breath here. Release your toes, the back of your calves. Begin to unfurl your spine. So unwrap each vertebrae one at a time to come up to standing mountain Tadasana. And when you get up here, take a full breath here. And then we're going to be at the top of our mountains, top of our mats in standing mountain. Reach behind and interlace your fingers into a yoga mudra. Draw your hands down and away from you. Shoulder blades come together. Take a full breath here. Open across your heart. Lift your chin ever so slightly, but keep length at the back of your neck. As you exhale, bend into your knees and fold forward. So you reach with your crown and your heart forward. Your hands rise up behind you. So your hands may not be together. Take hold of your elbows or have your hands wide apart or hands interlaced. So I don't want you to strain yourself here. Keep some space if you need space. So you can see I'm switching from the 3 variations. So I'm either holding the backs of my elbows here, folding forward with my hands clasped. Feels very challenging. This is the same effect. Or I've got my arms reaching behind me. What I'm trying to do is draw my shoulder blades together. One more breath. Bend more deeply into your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, chair pose just for a moment. And then inhale to rise up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's go there one more time, and then we're going to step back. Inhale, let's reach up. Sweep your arms around and behind you. Interlace your hands in yoga mudra or hands on shoulder, elbows. You know where you're going here. Open your heart, lift your chin slightly, bend into your knees as you reach forward, coming into your forward fold. Hands reach up behind you, or you draw your elbows closer together. Relax through your head and neck. Take a moment here. Now release your hands to the earth and step back long with your right leg and bring your right knee to the mat. Low lunge here. Shine your heart forward. Inhale, hands to your left knee. Take a moment and we're going to reach behind. Again, interlace our hands. Draw our hands towards the earth. Take a moment here. Now, remember we went into Warrior 3 variations on Wednesday. We're going to do the same in today's practice. So tuck your right toes. Inhale, lift your right knee so you come into high lunge. One moment here. Now we're going to start reaching forward with our heart and crown. So we hop that right leg forward. We can keep our right toes on the earth here for balance, or we can lift our right knees off the earth for balance. And you can keep touching the right knees. So your crown and heart are reaching forward, leg and hands reaching back. One breath here. Bend into your right knee, wherever you are, and then walk those right toes forward, or let's float them forward. And we're going to cross them onto our left thigh. Release your hands here. So I'm going to turn so you can see where we've gone. Let's find my root through that foot. Here we go. So you're here, and then you bring your hands forward. Or to your hips. Keep turning that right knee out. Take a moment here. I'm a bit wobbly because I have a migraine on one side of my head, which means that I'm not in balance today. And let's release that foot to the earth, back in standing mountain. The top of your mat. We're going to do this on the other side now as well. So let's sweep our arms up, out to the side, interlace, or take hold of opposite elbows. Bend into your knees and fold forward. Crown reaching down. Take a moment here. And then let's release our hands to the earth. This time we're going to step back along with our left leg, knee onto the earth. Inhale, hands to your right thigh. Take a moment here. So you can see I'm keeping my toes tucked, or that leg that's behind me. Reach behind, interlace, or take hold of elbows. And open your heart, lift your chin slightly. We're going to rise up with our left knee into high lunge. Take a moment here. And then we're going to step forward, hopping slightly. We keep our left toes on the earth for balance and connection. We lift our left leg off the earth. And we reach forward with our crown, our heart. Reach behind with our hands. Doesn't matter if you have your hands on a chair or a wall here. And then let's either walk that left foot forward or float it forward. Bring that left ankle to rest on the right thigh. I'll turn again so you can see me. And then you can either bring your hands to your hip or to your heart. Yogi's choice, keep that leg deeply bent, that knee turning out, that foot flexed. So you see my balance is better on this side because only one bit of my brain is not working today, not both bits. One more breath. Inhale, release your legs, give your legs a little shake. Take a moment here. I'll face you so you can see what I'm doing, but you're standing at the top of your mat. Inhale, open your arms. Bend into your elbows, have sunbeam arms here. Take a moment. And then begin to draw your shoulder blades together and push your hips and pelvis forward. There you are. So you're opening across your heart. It might be a very subtle movement, or if you're very flexible, it might be a more noticeable movement. One breath here. Inhale from here, reach up and come up onto your toes. Exhale, Feet on the earth, bend into your elbows. So we're rising up with our hands coming onto the balls of our feet. Exhaling, bending into our elbows, feet on the earth. One more time, reach up. Back so you can see me. And then exhale, heels to the earth, bend into your elbows. Take a moment there. Open your arms out to the side. You forget that you're at the top of your mat, aren't you? So open your arms out to the side of your mat, extended away from your body. I'm going to come into a little twist here. So take your left hand behind you, right hand forward. So it's a bit difficult for me to show you, but you're going to be like this. So your right arm is reaching forward, left arm behind you. Gaze either to your front hand or turn to gaze behind you. You can bring your thumb and index to touch here. Inhale back to center, arms reach up. This time we exhale, we twist the other way. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist the other way. Inhale, center. Exhale to twist the other way. And then back to center, fold forward, come onto your hands and knees here for a moment. Place your hands flat, take them as wide as your mat if you need them. Inhale, lift your tailbone, mountain. Now let's take your feet as wide as your mat. We're going to take wide mountain today. So hands already as wide as your mat. Now your feet are as wide as your mat. Take a moment here. So this feels very different to our usual mountain. It's more expansive. We're taking up space. We're filling up the space here. One more breath. Bend into your knees. Bring them to the mat. Your feet stay as wide as the mat here. Take a moment here. And then we're going to come and sit with our sit bone between our feet. Now this might feel really challenging for your knees. If it does, get a cushion or a blanket underneath your sit bones. Check how your knees feel here. So then sit up. So I'm sitting on a block here. You can be sitting on a cushion, or you could be sitting directly on the earth. Check your knees. So if your knees are not comfortable here, then take a sukhasana, sit on your sit bones. And then bend your knees in like this. So that you still have a bend in your knees, but you're not putting any weight on your knees. Just here for a moment. Take a breath, gaze ahead. This is hero pose, virasana. So you'll be either here or here. Adding on now, back hands back on the earth. So if you're in the seated variation, come back with your hands on the earth. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, walk through your feet here. So you're pedaling it out. And then let's lift our right leg long behind us, bend into your right knee, and then thread it through the middle of your body to come back into a low lunge here. Inhale, hands to your heart center. Take a moment here. Take a moment here in high lunge. Let's open out our arms in sunbeam arms. And we're going to bring them in front of us and take our right elbow above our left elbow, backs of hands together. Or wrap your hands around so that your right fingertips are on your left palm. Eagle arms, Garudasana, lift your elbows. You can have your hands on your shoulders here. So again, we're going to step forward and come into this forward leaning variation. So you'll be here with your left toes on the earth. And your right leg is working hard. You might hop your left toes slightly forward. You might lift them a little bit off the earth. You might lift them quite a lot off the earth. You're balancing here on your right leg, and you will shake here because you're working hard. Because you've got a lot going on. One more breath here. Now, wherever you are, so if your toes are on the earth or whether they're parallel to the earth, inhale, lift up with your heart. And then let's walk that left foot forward and wrap it around our right leg, coming into eagle pose here. So we're going to transition. You might take 2 steps, you might come out and come back into eagle. Doesn't matter, wherever you are in your practice, to wrap that right leg over your left. Your right toes are going to either stay on the earth for balance and connection, or wrap around your left leg. We've been here before. If you practiced with me on Wednesday, your body knows this pose now. One more breath here in eagle, Garudasana. Inhale, open your arms, uncross your legs. Take a moment, you're at the top of your mat. Yeah. Keep reaching back with your hands, palms face down. Now your feet are going to either be hip distance wide or big toes touching. Inhale, bend into your knees. Tailbone reaches back. Keep reaching through your fingertips. Shoulder blades are coming together. We stay here with our feet firmly planted on the earth. We inhale and we lift our heels so that we push the weight onto the balls of our feet. Drinking bird. So you're either here with your heels lifted or with your heels on the earth. Wherever you are, you can see that I'm leaning forward with my crown. My heart is open, reaching through my fingertips as if I'm a bird about to take flight. One more breath here, whichever variation you're in. And inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's go to the other side. So let's open up in sunbeam arms for a moment. Inhale to reach up, come up onto the balls of our feet. Exhale, heels, the arms bent. Inhale to lift and rise. Exhale, bend. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend. Let's fold forward. And this time we're going to take our left leg back. Bring our left knee to the, oh actually, were we, try and remember whether we had the knee on the earth or not. No, I think we had it lifted, didn't we? So here we are. Lift that left knee, hands on your right thigh. And then inhale, sunbeam arms. I have to try and remember where we were. Let's bring our, I think it was it right leg forward? I can't remember. I think it might have been the other way. I feel like I've got my legs mixed up. So if you remember, I think we need our left leg forward, don't we? Let's bring our hands in front of us. So this time, let's take our right elbow above our left, wrap our left fingertips onto our palm. So your left leg is forward this time. I think that's correct. Here we go, eagle arms. So we stay here, and then we shift the weight forward so that we're on the toes of our right foot, our right leg. Now you can stay here, or you can tap your toes forward and then lift your right leg off the earth so that you're balancing on your left leg. Your crown is reaching forward. Your arms are in eagle arms. Usually if I do a live class, people are there to tell me, Callie, you've done the same side twice. Now I just have to remember. One more breath here, and whichever variation you're in of eagle here. So this warrior 3 with eagle arms. And then bend into your right knee, and we're going to either bring it forward or we'll float it forward. And we're going to wrap it around our left leg. So our toes, right toes can be on the earth or wrapped around our left calf. And then lift your elbows so they're parallel to your shoulders. Balancing here in eagle, Garudasana. And if I did the same leg twice, forgive me. You remember where you are and make sure you do both sides. One more breath. Now let's open our arms, uncross our legs, shake it out if you need. We're going to do drinking bird pose again on this cycle. So arms reach behind me, palms facing forward, fingers spread wide, shoulder blades coming together, heart open. Bend into your knees. You keep your feet planted on the earth, or you shift the weight onto the balls of your feet with your heels lifted. Yogi's choice. Maybe you fall in and out like I am. One more breath here. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Take a moment there. If I made you do the same side twice, do the other side now. I can't remember at all. Right, wherever you are, let's come to the middle of our mat. Hands together at your heart center. Let's spread our feet wide. Toes pointing forward. Have a soft bend in your knees. So we're here in the middle of our mats. Let's shift the weight over onto the right leg, left leg. Here you go, left leg. I'll do mirror so it's a bit easier. Left leg here. You can have your hands on your hips or your knees here. And then we shift the weight through center over onto the other side. Let's go from side to side with our breath. Really extend throughout the leg. So this is a bit like Skandasana. So those of you who do the moon pose know that we do Skandasana like this. So this is a variation of Skandasana, but we keep ourselves a little bit higher. One more to the other side. And then we're going to turn over to our left leg and ball onto the ball of our left foot. Let's bring that left knee, right knee down, sorry. So we shuffle that leg out, that front facing leg out. Hands on the inside of your feet. So your left hand is on the inside of your left foot. Your right leg is on the earth behind you. Inhale, reach forward with your left fingertips and then circle your arm up and over and reach back with your left arm. Take your gaze with you. This is a variation here of dragon pose, high flying dragon. And then inhale, left hand back to the middle, onto the earth. Shift your weight round, lift your right knee, and we're coming into this wide-legged forward fold. Fingertips can be on the earth, on your blocks, or on your low footstool. Toes are facing forward. Take a moment here. Relax your head, relax your neck, your shoulders. Maybe have a soft bend in your knees. So your hands might be up here somewhere. So find something to rest them on. So you could rest them on your legs if you have no stool nearby or chair nearby. I might get my stool so you can see. That's more realistic for probably what you have at home. Place your left hand in the middle of your heart space on the earth and then inhale, reach up with your right fingertips. Take your gaze with you. Exhale, right hand to the earth or to your footstool or blocks. And inhale, left fingertips to the sky. Coming back down to the earth with your out breath. In breath to reach up. Out breath to come down. One more time, reaching up. Exhaling down. And we're going to move over onto the other side. So walk your hands over to the right. Turn your right toes to the back of the mat. And bring your left knee to the earth. We're here in dragon on this side now. So your right hand is on the inside of your right foot. Your left leg is extended behind you with the knee on the earth. Here you are, dragon. Let's reach forward with our right fingertips. And then inhale, circle them up and over to reach behind you. Take your gaze with you. One more full breath here in this variation of high flying dragon. And then let's bring that hand back down to the earth next to our foot. Tuck your toes, rise up with your left knee, and then let's come back to center. Parasarita Padottanasana, forward fold here. Now you have your block or your low footstool, whatever you need. Let's place your left hand on the earth. Let's take our left hand over to our right leg and then reach up with our right fingers so we create a cross. So you can have it on the earth here, or you can take it to the outside of your right leg. It gives you a little bit more traction for opening into this right shoulder. One more breath here, back to center. Again, your right hand can stay on the earth, or you can cross it over to your left leg, and then inhale, left hand to the sky. So your right hand is on the earth, your footstool, your block, or on your left leg. One more breath here. Exhale, gaze to the center, gaze to the earth, hands to the earth. Bend into your knees, heel toe, back to center. Come down in a low squat just for a moment. Hands on the inside of your heart. Take a moment here in the squat, and then let's come to the earth. Going to extend our legs long for a moment. Flex your toes so they're pointing up. We're coming into Dandasana, staff pose. So place your hands on either side of your hips. Keep your legs extended, toes pointing up. Relax your neck and your shoulders. Lift your crown. Your gaze is parallel to the horizon in front of you. Dandasana, staff pose. This is much harder than it looks, actually, so you can feel it, that you have to be quite engaged to sit here in this pose. If you have all kinds of back or shoulder issues, this is particularly challenging. So we were talking in our WhatsApp group about poses we don't like. This is one of those for me. So this is such a simple pose, but I don't enjoy it because I have to work hard. I have a slight curvature to my spine, so this is really challenging for me. One more breath here. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, hinge to reach far forward as you can, wriggling your fingers, and then relax your hands onto your legs, your ankles, your big toes. You might wrap your peace fingers around your big toes. So here we are in a forward fold. Paschimottanasana. Have a soft bend in your knees here if you need. So your legs, avoid locking out your knees. One more breath here in this forward fold. Lift your gaze, look at your toes, and then walk your hands back towards your body to rise up. Let's bring the soles of our feet onto the earth. Our knees are bent. Reach forward, and then we're going to slowly exhale down to the earth here. We're going to come into a twist, lying down twist here. So let's have our arms out to the sides, creating a T shape. You can have cactus arms with your elbows bent. Let's cross our right knee over our left leg. We're going to come into eagle legs variation. So you can either wrap your right toes around your left ankle, or you can just leave them next to your shin. As you exhale, we're going to lower our knees over to the left so that we shift our weight onto our left hip. Your feet might connect with, your right foot might connect with the earth here. If it's wrapped around the back of your leg, your knees might be hovering off the earth. Either gaze is central, gazing up, or turn to look at your right hand. So you create this twist here. So remember, your foot does not need to be wrapped around your lower leg here. That's an option. This is going to feel quite intense here in the lower back. Our upper heart area is open. The air element brings clarity to the mind, mental acuity, discernment. Helps to clear the head. As we take in those full breaths, we're stimulating the element of air in our body. And I have to say, my head feels a little clearer, even though I don't know my lefts from my rights. I never will. One more breath here. Inhale, legs to center, gaze to center, uncross your knees. Let your spine align for a moment back here in this central place. And then let's cross our left leg over our right leg. Again, you can have your left foot just next to your right leg, or you can wrap your left foot round your lower leg. Take a moment here, and then as you exhale, lower your knees over to the right. So your knees may well be hovering here. You might have your left foot on the earth if you haven't got it double bound around your leg. Gaze can be up towards the sky or over towards your left hand. Yogi's choice. Breathe into your lower body, especially where you feel the twist. Your heart is expansive, open. Have a sense that love and compassion is permeating throughout your entire physical self, your energetic self, your subtle body. Your heart space is full. Inhale, gaze to center, legs to center. Uncross your legs and allow your spine to realign for a moment here. And if you need to hug your knees in to release your lower back, give yourself a little hug. And then let's extend our legs long, arms away from our body. Let's rest in Shavasana just for a few moments. Remember, you always have the choice to stay in Shavasana for longer. You're at home. You can do whatever you want. You can come up to a seat later on after the class is finished. So you're here resting in Shavasana, eyes softly closed. Drop down into your heart space. Visualize the color green, Anahata chakra. All the different energy centers have different colors associated with them. And for the heart space, it's green. So visualize any shade of green. I often go for the color of leaves on trees or the grass, thinking of those naturally occurring colors in nature. So air element fuels the body, inspires us. Inspiration, that breath in. Inhale, inspire. Let's take 3 more breaths here in Shavasana. And then when you're ready, begin to introduce some gentle movement to your fingers, your toes, curling and uncurling, stretching and flexing. And then make those movements bigger, so bring in your wrists and ankles, perhaps you rotate them one way, then the other. And then stretch out through your arms and legs. Inhale to hug in. And reach overhead with one arm and roll over onto one side with your knees bent. Rest there for a moment in Sleeping Krishna. And then when you're ready, pressing in with helping hands, come up to your Sukhasana, your comfortable seat. Let's find our seat here. Bring your hands together in prayer at your heart center. We're going to create our fearless heart mudra, Abhaya Hridaya. So remember, we bring our left hand closer to our heart, right wrist crosses over left, backs of hands together. And then wrap your index fingers together, middle fingers together, little fingers together, leaving your ring and thumb loose, and then you bring them to touch. And then you bring it to your heart. We're going to close our practice with this mudra at our heart. So you can also carry on with your meditation. You don't have to finish your meditation when we all finish here. You carry on. Closing our practice with our mantra for the air element, Om Vayave Namah. Om Vayave Namah. Inhale fully. Exhale completely to wash out the breath. Inhale to prepare. Om Vayave Namah. Om Vayave Namah. Om Vayave Namah. I am lifted. I am expansive. I am full of lightness of being. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Releasing your mudra, hands in prayer to your eyebrow center. Dhanyavad, which means thank you. I thank you for joining me. Don't forget, you can subscribe to my channel. All the videos get uploaded there. Follow me on social media. And yes, we have a new class starting tomorrow, Sunday at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. I think I might have given mixed messages. Yin. I have uploaded a video about how to make your props so that you have your props ready. You don't have to buy them from the shops. You can make them from stuff you have at home. So if you want to have a relaxing Sunday evening, join me at 6 o'clock. I thank you all for joining me.